Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to Sky Factory 2. Busy week. I'm going to probably keep this to being a reasonably short-ish episode. Main reason being is that I've actually got to try and get probably about another 3 videos done today. And that is because Random and I are off on a holiday. We are off to Bulgaria for a week. We go next Friday. Today is Sunday. So with work and everything else leading up to then, we've got quite a lot to do. So this is the last opportunity I've got really to try and get anything recorded before we go. But what I want to do really in this episode is show you a couple of things that I've updated around the base. I have got a couple of things I want to do down with witchery. But we'll see what time we've got. Failing that, what we will do is maybe roll that into the next episode. So yeah, been expanding a little bit. Been doing a little bit more reading into the witchery mod. And as I suspected, our Hobgoblin... Oh, apples. More saplings? So let's throw that in there, shall we? Yeah, as I suspected, our little Hobgoblin chappie, who was over in the field with the sheep and chickens over there, does behave very much like a villager. So you can trade with them. Now, I think when he was in the field, he wasn't open for trading, as it were. And reading about it, they do behave like villagers, so they do need some form of little hut. So that's what I've built him over here. So it's kind of nice because it sort of filled up the gap that we had here. Oh, you guys are noisy. You're going to have to go. Sorry, but too much. Let's just get rid of some of that into there. Yeah, so it kind of filled this gap up a little bit here. So built a little hut for him. I'll probably get a name tag actually and name him. I've got a stack of name tags, but it just meant that I kind of cleared this area. Now because I know that this mob spawner is pretty safe, nothing seems to be escaping from it. I don't know if you recall, sort of earlier on we did have a bit of an issue with stuff as I logged in. We would get mobs kind of coming out here and coming up to the gates, but that seems to have stopped happening, so I've removed the gates and just left this as it is now. So yeah, little hut here. Peek in there, we can see him. Yep, and he's going to pop out. So, hey, come here. Ooh, now you may wonder what that sound was, and I had a few things that I've actually got out of the loot boxes. We'll wait for this little guy to come out, and then we'll show you the trades. One of them was the lessening of ender disjunction, which is one of the automagy things. So it splinches nearby endermen. So it kind of seems to be that what that sometimes does is actually cause them damage without them being hit by me. I think it's about damage of 8, I think, every time. But yeah, that's kind of helpful because we get a little bit overrun with them. Why don't we just break this fence and we'll pop in. Oh, there you go, another one gone. But yeah, this is our little chap, our little Hobgoblin here. So, trade so far. At the moment he's doing 20 coal will give you 1 emerald. He's locked this one for the time being, so I might have to have a little play. This is 17 coal, and this gives you some cobaldite dust. And this is something that the Hobgoblins apparently mine. It's something they like to trade for. You can make, as you see up here, ingots. You get the dust, which is what we're getting here. Make that into nuggets and into ingots, and with that you can actually make pickaxes, and that's quite cool because that's like an obsidian mining level, so that could be quite good to have. So yeah, you never know, we might be able to unlock him. So we've got that. For 7 cobaldite nuggets he's giving us a saddle. For a cobaldite nugget we can also get 7 cooked pork chops. For 3 we can get a leather cap. For another one we can get 6 cooked steak. So that is quite good. Now I just need you to go back inside. Please, go back inside. Come on. There you go. Over there, just so I can get back out of here again without you running out. Ha! Caught you. So yeah. So we have him there. So I don't know whether I'll actually manage to spawn any more of those or not. We've not had any more spawn up in the field since, so I think it was a bit of a one-off. I don't know whether he's going to go and unlock the full range of trades or whether we're going to get stuck, but yeah, we can see how we get on with him for the time being anyway. Other changes. So I've kind of done this floor out a little bit, and I've started to make a few changes down the bottom as well. So we'll go and take a quick look at those. Oh, hello. Ha! Yeah, that's kind of effective, isn't it? But we are taking a bit of damage over here. So you done as well. Let's get inside, I think, very quickly. At the end. Okay. So we can heal up a little. Are we going to lose any food? Oh, fair enough. So, yeah, down here I have set up a little wall of jungle wood, and I will explain the reason for that a bit later on. Here as well, we've built something else. Now, I haven't actually been in here for a little while. I'll come back to that in a sec. But down here, I have moved... It's great, you can kill him with a carrot. I've moved the Thorncraft stuff down here, and there is a reason for that, and that is because I have expanded witchery. Wow, that's noisy. To allow for me to move the storage of stuff out there, just to try and keep it all together. Because at the moment I'm not doing a great deal with the Thorncraft stuff, so I'll put that to one side for the moment, but at least we've got a dedicated space for it. Now in here, part of the thing I needed for potions is a bit of a mushroom farm, so I have been growing a few mushrooms. So literally just put, in fact, why don't we just break them all and put them in a slightly more sensible spot so they have a place to expand. We'll take those two out. But yeah, that's the mushroom farm, and it's a little bit productive. It's not massively so, but it'll do. Going down another level, see we have the tree farm. Again, nothing really changed here. I have popped a jungle tree in as well, just to add that. I've also somewhere got, I believe, a sapling for acacia, so what I might do is bring that down here and pop that here or something like that. But I have been using this area as well, where I've been using Mutandis to try and get some of the other plants like the glintweed and the ember moss, I think it is, part of the witchery mod. So that is that there. Oh, get out of it. Okay, so biggest change is down here. Decided to chop the floor out. What I've done is replace it with the alderwood and the, I think this is the rowan wood. Making my cactus again. Yeah, the rowan wood. So I'm not sure if I like it. I think it's actually a little bit bright. It kind of reminds me a bit of a Battenberg cake. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to start sort of levelling things out a bit and not have so much of it as slabs. But yeah, not entirely sure whether I like this or not. Ideally what I want to be doing is using this area here to do the circle magic, because we're in the vicinity of the altar, or potentially I could probably do the smaller circle here, so we're that little bit closer, because you need the power from the altar in order to be able to do the rituals for that. I've got lovely witch's robes there, which we'll be using when we come to do some of the brewing. And I've got a space ready with a bit of netherrack there, ready for the flames to put our kettle, which we'll be using for brewing some of the potions. I've set up a little bit of storage here rather than having chests. I kind of thought I might have the items on display just because it makes it a bit more interesting to look at, rather than just stacks and stacks and stacks of chests everywhere. So I've put all of the odour of purity, Recruit's Fortune, so all of the brews here that we make in the distillery for that, or from the witch's oven. So they're here. We've got some water bottles and we've got some glass bottles there ready for the potions we can make in the kettle. And all of our other bits and pieces we've put onto the shelves here. So these are all basically stackable items. So can't put those onto here. It's literally just bottles and stuff like that can go on there. But we can put our stackable items onto here. And all I need to do is I can click them, take what I need, and then just pop them back. Or you can, if it's an empty shelf and you have an empty hand, click on there and you can access the 4 items that are on that particular shelf. So it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Hopefully I won't lose anything over the side. Plan is eventually that I probably will actually close this in. Build some proper walls, build a bit of a roof where needs to be done, and sort of try and cover this ceiling up a little bit. Maybe just using some... See, I don't know if I can use half slabs because it's going to be going against the bottom of something, but it might work. We might be able to half slab that and, yeah, make it look a bit better. But I think, as far as the floor goes, kind of going to live with it for a bit, I think. See whether I can. When I come to do the circle magic, what I may do is actually put a different colour wood down for the area where the glyphs for the circle go, just so they stand out a little bit more. So that could look quite nice. So maybe just put a different wood, maybe a bit. I think I've got a dark oak sapling, so maybe some dark oak that'll make the glyphs stand out quite nicely on the floor. So yeah, that is the plan. So, oh, that's gone all funny. That is because I wanted to do that on here. So the thing I wanted to first of all put together was the kettle. I've arranged already in the chest here the pattern it is, just because I have so much grief trying to remember what the actual layout is on the grid. But we just basically need 2 sticks, 3 string, an attuned stone and a cauldron, and we arrange them as so, and that gives us our kettle. So we can pop our kettle. Now, do we light our netherrack first? I think that's probably not a bad idea. So let's stick the mushrooms up out of the way. We'll stick the apple up out of the way as well, not the sword. We shall light our netherrack, and we shall not put our cauldron there because that would be really stupid. Let's see if we can get that back. Oh, don't burn. Ow. Damn it. Did that kill our cauldron? It did. Awesome. Right, okay, so let us go grab the gear that we need to make another one. So we'll need diamond for our attuned stone. We can stick the ender pearls away while we're here. We need 3 string. We need 2 sticks. We need, hopefully, enough iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to make our cauldron, which we shall knock together quickly. And the attuned stone, I am having an utter mental block on how to make, so we need whiff of magic, diamond and a lava bucket. Let's grab ourselves a bucket of lava and head back down. With a magic, you are over here now. And that is that one there. A little bit far away, but I just don't really want to be moving the altar. So that there, that there, that there. Let's try this again, shall we? And there we go, there is our kettle. So we want to place our kettle here. And can we... Rubbish. That wasn't supposed to happen, was it? Oopsie. Right, shall we grab our cauldron back? Hopefully we can light both of those. And we can stand out of the way of it, stick our cauldron back on there. Perfect. And that was what was supposed to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we'll keep our bucket up there and we'll refill that at a later stage. So in here I should have water buckets there, which we'll need. But yeah, that's the cauldron set up. The thing with the cauldron that differs from the witch's cauldron, or sorry, the kettle that differs from the witch's cauldron, is the fact that you do need to have a constant flame under it, otherwise it will actually ruin your brew. With the cauldron you can chuck stuff in there. If the flame goes out underneath it, it doesn't actually matter. But this is where netherrack is probably the best thing to actually use to make the kettle keep boiling. You also as well have to be careful with the order you throw stuff in, so make sure that you do it in the right order, and with those you actually retrieve it with bottles. Now if we wear the witch's robe while we're brewing, then what that could do is actually give us an extra potion for every brew that we do, so that means that we should get 4 rather than 3, which is good. So yeah, that will be very helpful indeed. The other thing I wanted to quickly make was the broom. So for that, pretty simple, 2 sticks and 3 hawthorn saplings, and that gives us the broom. And the broom is something that we can actually enchant, and we can use that to fly around. Now one of the achievements in the achievement book, if we go back up, is to fly. There's our achievement book. Doink. Doink. Fly. There we go. So that will be our achievement, that we can get that. And we have the angel block, which means that we can start a new island elsewhere, which means it might be able to get us out to some biomes that we haven't got before. So let's find the where are you? Angel ring. Angel block. So that's fairly easy to make. 2 feathers, obsidian and a gold ingot, and that means that we can start a new island. So I don't know whether we need to, that just means we can place it in mid-air, I guess, but we'll need to obviously take dirt with us. So your best friend working with the sky in creative mode or in water far from land, since it doesn't need a solid surface to be placed. Just right click in the air and the block will appear in front of you. Then when you left click the block to break it, it will break instantly and you'll automatically enter your inventory. And that's survival mode only. So that is something, again, that we could look at for another episode. But I wanted to get the broom made ready, just so we have it there for when we decide to go for a little fly. In fact, we could probably... Why don't we go and put our broom over on our shelf? You can go sit there, can't you? That'll do nicely. Perfect. So, that is the kettle set up. I was having a look at the potions, and the difficulty with a lot of the brews that you can actually make in Witchery is that they actually have an effect on other players. There aren't that many other than ones that you can use to kill mobs with. And again, you know, we haven't got sort of naturally spawning mobs in this. So a lot of them are used against other players, but there is one that I do want to make, which I think we'll actually start looking at those in the next episode. But for now, guys, I'm actually going to call it an episode, and we've got an Enderman behind us. This could all go very wrong for us, but we're not looking at him. Not looking at him. No, I am kind of looking at you, but I'm not looking at you. Let's just see if you explode just from being near me. Is that going to happen? Nope. all good. Yeah, but for now, guys, we'll call this an episode. So next episode, I said we're intending to do that today, but the next episode we will start looking at brewing one of the potions that actually will be some use to us in this particular situation. But for now, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we shall see you in the next one.